Hi, and welcome to episode number 26 of Local Stage Worldwide. This episode is gonna be an interview with the artist Pete Maroni from Sweden. The interview gonna be placed over two parts. This being the first one, and episode 27 gonna hold the second one. We're getting right to it. Enjoy the show. All right, guys, welcome to Local Stage Worldwide.
What's up, everybody?
This is our first interview for the site.
Yes, it is.
And with us today, we have a guy from Sweden, Pete Maroni.
Welcome, Pete.
Hi guys, how are you doing?
Oh, great, man. Great.
Well, I'm very pleased to be a part of this first interview. Actually,
Yeah.
I actually I don't know where you must be in your studio, but I'm outside in the middle of the pine trees,
Oh, man.
enjoying the sunshine.
Yeah, no, you're on vacation in Umeå, you little bastard.
Yes, exactly. Yes, I'm a lucky guy.
Yeah, I've seen pictures online, and it's
Yeah,
a beautiful spot.
Yeah, you need to tell me.
it's a lovely place. It's a piece of paradise. Let's put
Yeah.
it this way.
Mark said you need to show him how to catch those pikes over there.
Yeah, but I'm used to it. I mean,
could
the
cook
very
them for
first
you.
time I went there, I was with 2015 or something like this, and I caught like 6 or 7 pikes in less than a week, and I was like, holy banana. Just
Crazy.
right. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I could cook them for you if you need a chef.
Yeah, absolutely. I can cook as well. I love cooking.
Good. It's
So,
all about the art.
Yeah.
let us start out. Tell us the story, Pete, about where were you born and how you grew up.
Oh, if I start to talk about my whole life, it's gonna take more than like a few minutes. No, to be honest and realistic, I was born in west of France, on the coast actually. I'm half French, half Italian, and yeah, I was born there on the west
Were
coast
you
of
born
France.
in a music family, or
I'm sorry, what did you say?
were you born and raised in a music family?
Actually, I would say no. But my uncle, the brother of my father, used to be a classical singer.
Okay.
So I don't know if I got this from him. I don't think so. The thing is that I have a sister, Christine. She wasn't 16.
No.
Hey, that's another.
No.
We get to touch on that in a little while, though.
Yeah, I like that one.
Exactly. Yeah, you see what I mean. Anyway, she introduced me indirectly to the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. The Beatles were a huge influence in my musical taste, so to speak.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, no. The thing is that I discovered music. I was something like 5 or something like this, to be honest, and I fell in love with the Beatles, and later on with Kiss when I was like 10 or something. Yeah, I think I was 10. But yeah, no, my parents were not into this. My father was a musician. My mother, she used to sing in the kitchen, something like this. But that was it. And I made my own. How could I say? I've been choosing my own bands or tastes in as a as music is concerned.
So what was the very first album you got in your hands? Do you remember?
Yes, I do. It was Kiss Alive.
Awesome.
Nice.
Kiss Alive. It was in '75. I
Uh-huh.
was still a kid, and for me it was I used to excuse me for that. Like I told you a few minutes ago, I used to listen to bands like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin.
Mhm.
But the first time I heard Kiss, yeah, I would say it was a kind of revelation. And the funny story is that My father, he was on a Sunday, like around like 12 or something like this. He said, Pete, you're going to go with your sister this afternoon. And I said, no, because I have other plans. My father was, he was Jewish. It was very, very strict. And I had a very strict education. And so I had nothing to say. So I said, okay. So I went with my sister. But later on, I realized that she was dating this guy. And my father wanted to make sure that she wasn't going to do something wrong, if you see what I mean. And so I went with my sister, and we were in the living room watching TV. And this guy, I think he was called Philip or something like this, and he said, well, Pete, why don't you go in my bedroom? Obviously, we wanted to get rid of me. He said there are a lot of I was going to say CDs, no, but at that time it was LPs and vinyls. And so I said, yeah, sure. And so I was checking all the vinyls, and there were pop stars and from France and England. And then I saw I was attracted by this album, where I was 10 at that time. It was Four Clowns. I thought it was Four Clowns. And I said, "Oh, that must be cool." So I said, "Okay, let's play it." And this record player was I don't know if you guys you had or owned one of those. It was like a suitcase where the top was like was this actually the speaker,
Right.
and the bottom was the record player, and they like a I think it was at 3 speeds, different speed, like a 45, 33, and 78, something like this.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, let's play the first record. And so I put the record on, and I was listening, and I was at the same time I was watching the looking at the pictures on, and I was like, and then it was Kissed, and the first song was Deuce.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell is going on? I could barely understood what was. I could barely make the connection between what I was looking at, the pictures, and the music that was coming out of from the speaker.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, that's the sound. This is it. That was Kiss.
Did that make you want to be a musician at that point?
I would say not immediately, but I fell in love with the sound. It was like a pure energy.
Wow.
And but Kiss, I mean, I'm a Kiss fan since '75.
Yeah, I got into Kiss because my mother hated them.
Yeah, most of the time, yeah. You hate this, I had to love it. Yeah.
Yes.
Most of the time we do like this, yeah.
They told me it was bad for me, so I said, well, I gotta love them.
Yeah,
exactly.
I got into Kiss through a classmate of mine. He had bought a live album, and he was playing it for me at his house. But for some reason, I never saw the cover. So I decided when me and my parents went shopping, I told them that I got to get this Kiss record. And we went in, and I didn't know the name of the record. Well, there was tons of them, so I picked another one. I think it was Dressed to Kill.
Yeah, the third album, right?
I came home, and I told my classmate, I said, yeah, I got Dressed to Kill yesterday. Oh, you idiot, he said, that's not the one. It's called Alive. Before I got to Alive, I already had like 3 or 4 records with Kiss. So I already was hooked up by the time I got to Alive,
But Pete, sorry, you know the story about Kiss even better than I do. Kiss they were draining a lot of people when they were playing live, but the sales of their studio albums were crap, so to speak.
Yeah,
and actually when they said to Bill O'Coin and Neil Bogart from Casablanca Records, we want to record like a live album, but not only a single, but a double one, which was a big risk at that time.
A huge gamble on that.
Yeah,
exactly. And the thing is that this album was supposed to be like a au revoir, like a goodbye, because the sales of their 3 previous albums were crap. And the thing is that thanks to the sound engineer that I forgot the name, if you can help me, Pete, the sound engineer that recorded because they packed the Cobble Hall 3 nights in a row, and they recorded everything, and they re-recorded some parts in the studio.
Yeah.
And when they released first, they released Rock and Roll Night, live, and then before even before the live double live album was out. I mean, the pre-sales, they become platinum, well, gold, platinum, double platinum, triple platinum, and then they said, well, the rest is history.
Exactly.
And
that was the beginning of, I mean, I don't know when the Kiss Army started because my memory's not that good, but it was right around that time. Once the Alive album went out, it was on. Their fan base just exploded.
Absolutely. But Kiss were already good live, but for some reason the sales of their studio albums were not that good. But if I may say something, maybe some die-hard Kiss fan will slaughter me after what I'm. But the thing is that I'm sorry, but Kiss live albums have always been good. The sound.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
But even the first studio albums, though, like Kiss, Dress to Kill, Hotter Than Hell, I find those to be those are legends,
Yeah, they Rock and Roll Over album.
Of course, because after Alive was released, then the 3 first albums, it was like a boomerang effect.
Yeah, they started selling.
Do you know what I mean? Then all of a sudden, it's so good. We have to buy the 3 first studio albums, and like I said a few minutes ago, the rest is history. But Kiss, I mean, if you listen to Kiss Alive 2, Kiss Alive 3, which is like another era, the non-makeup era, because I had the chance to meet Bruce Kulick in 2009. We spoke together. We talked together for like, I don't know, 35, 40 minutes. He's a great guy. So was Bob. I never had the chance to meet him, but actually Bob was supposed to play in Kiss, and then Ace Frehley came, and he didn't get the job.
No. Yeah, well, it was a toss-up. I'm sure. 2 great guitarists.
Yeah, but the Kiss live albums have always been better. The sound is like of their albums. They Kiss live albums. This is the sound of Kiss. This is pure energy. This is pure rock and roll.
Sure. Yeah. It's entertainment at its finest, man. It's what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah. I brought my daughter Alice to see Kiss last year, and I have not seen them in 20 years.
And, oh my God!
I was a little skeptic because Paul's voice was giving out and such. But I tell you what, that concert was the best Kiss show I ever seen.
I mean, we had the chance. To Charlotte and I. We had the chance to see them last year at Sweden Rock Festival. And they're still good. I mean, the show. It's. I would compare Kiss to like this T-Rex dinosaur. They are like I mean, hey, they started their career in 73.
Yeah.
And they had been the source. They had been the source of inspiration for many artists, like me, for example, and bands as well.
Yeah. So back to Pete Maroni. When was the first time you started playing your bass?
Actually, I joined a band. One of my first band that I formed with a friend of mine, a drummer, was in the 80s, I would say. And you know, when you are like 16, 17, 18, you know, you are trying things. And we couldn't find a reliable bass player. And my friend, the drummer, he said, well, we need a bass player. I said, well, but you know what? Because of Gene Simmons at the beginning, to be honest, I said, I can try to play bass. So I bought an amplifier, a bass, and this is how I started. I was like 17, something like this. But I was practicing, but my parents didn't know that. I had to lie to them because the thing is that the simple fact that when I was wearing we had this in Lyon, France. We had this store called Sean and Bacardi, something like this, and I found this very very old T-shirt of Kiss. It was a brand new one at that time, but it was Gene Simmons from the Alive era.
Nice.
And this was my inspiration. This is why I wanted to play bass at the first place.
Wow.
So I said, I bought a bass, I bought an amplifier, and I said, okay. And I played along the LPs, the vinyls, the music. And this is how I started to play bass, to be honest. But a lot of practice, like every instrument, I would say.
Yeah. Not a bad influence, though.
Yeah, no.
At all. All right.
Your first band. What was your first band that was really a serious band, I guess?
I would say I formed this band, like I was saying, like few minutes ago, called Love Child. I always find the name of the band I was playing in or for, not in. In, I would say in, because I always make a difference between playing in or for a band. And the thing is that, yeah, this band was called Love Child. We made a few gigs. I was 18. I was at the university, I think so. That was yeah, a few years ago when I was younger.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we started to practice like twice a week because, as far as I'm concerned, I quickly realized that if you want to have good results, you have to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, an instrument is not like a jukebox. You put like $5 or $1 and a coin. Let's put it this way: a coin, and it plays on its own. No, you have to practice all the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, Love Child was my really first serious band. And yeah, we did some gigs, and we even we entered the studio, and that was my first experience in studio. I was 18 or 28. I think I was 18. And for me, I have a little short story. For me, you know, when a band enters a studio, it has to be like, okay, we are going to record. At that time, I was inexperienced. So I was like, yeah, we are going to record and re-record it. So the sound engineer, Thierry Maas, said, okay, Pete, that's your turn. You play. So I said, do you want to take a seat? I said, no, it's okay. He said, okay, well, let's do it. And then I started to record. And when I was done, he said, oh, okay, thank you, Pete. That's it. And I was like, excuse me, that's it. What do you mean? He said, it's all good. I was like, I was happy. I was, you know, when you're 18, you are like proud of yourself. Oh, I did it in one take. But this is the only time it happened. But the thing is that I was like happy, proud of myself, and but in the other hand, I was disappointed. I was frustrated, should I say?
Yeah.
Because for me, I was like, no, you have to redo this, and no, it went like poof. And the two songs we recorded, I only did 2 takes, but it never happened again.
Wow. Wow.
Never.
So, are you still in touch with any of the members from back then, or you know what
No,
happened?
because the thing is that everyone is different, like the fingerprint, so to speak, and I think that the one of the guitar player, he got married, he got kids, so But the difference between me and those guys, I mean, no offense to them, absolutely not. I never gave up with music. I always had the need to grab a guitar or a bass.
Yeah.
This is a part of me.
Yeah.
It was meant to be.
And like I said, in order to be a musician, you gotta be stubborn and you gotta rehearse. And that is just not for everybody.
No, you got to be dedicated to it, or it's not going to last.
For me, it's not. Yeah, like you said, Mark. I think it's you, Mark, that said that dedication. Yes, but it's also because music brought me so much in life. When I was down, for example, I'm not the only one. I'm not. I'm not saying that I'm different from anyone. But as far as I'm concerned, music brought me and helped me and saved me at the same time. Because life is like this, we all have ups and downs, but music has always been there for me to help me, to give me some energy, inspiration as well.
Yeah.
And I pledged an allegiance to music or rock and roll, if you see what I mean.
Yes. Very much. Cool.
I know the whole world been suffering through the COVID-19, and I know it's been very rough on most musicians worldwide.
Yeah.
How did it affect Pete Maroni?
Well, the thing is that, as far as I'm concerned, when the coronavirus, like we say in Sweden, when it appeared, at that time, I wasn't playing in any band anymore. I mean, and so it didn't affect me directly because I was focused on my recordings and writing, but I must confess that it has been like a tragedy for a lot of bands. In Sweden, we were not confined compared to USA or France.
Right.
It's like we were allowed like 50 people meeting together in Sweden. It was okay for a band, I suppose, to meet and practice. But for bands that have like tour, I mean, I'm not talking about especially like a semi-professional, but I'm talking about semi-professional and professional bands.
Yes.
I mean, they have to cancel everything.
Yeah.
I mean, look around. I mean, Sweden Rock Festival had been cancelled. We have this. I don't know if you heard of that, Pete, about Helgeo Festival. Had been cancelled, and it's a smaller festival compared to Sweden Rock, because Sweden Rock, we're talking about 36,000 people, and we had the chance, Charlotte and I, to get married at Sweden Rock Festival like six years ago. And I mean, Nicky Six, he had like 200 people at his wedding. Charlotte and I, we had 36,000 people there. No, I'm just joking. I do respect a lot Nicky Six, because he has been. No.
Yeah, we felt the repercussions here with the New Orleans Jazz Festival that was, years in the running and lasted 2 or 3 weekends and just shut down. I mean, it's just
exactly. And a lot of gigs, festivals, and tours had been cancelled. I mean, Whitesnake, they were supposed to play. Kiss, they were supposed to play at what's the name? Schopenhauer.
Yes.
They had to cancel, and all the bands.
Yeah,
and that was a tragedy. But I don't want to criticize, because this is not the purpose of this this interview. But I think that we are all responsible, and I think that we didn't take the coronavirus seriously from the start.
No,
I think you're right.
I agree. I agree.
I think it needs to, I think you hit it on a head.
I'm not pointing anyone, but I think that we should have been more careful from the start. And I remember that morning we were driving, Charlotte and I, and we heard there's this radio station called Rock Klassiker. And they had this news, and they said, it was something like, there is a new virus that is coming from China. I mean, it doesn't matter if it comes from China or if it comes from Syria or if it comes even from Sweden or USA. We are human beings first, and everyone has to be concerned. It's not a matter of the color of your skin, so to speak. It's a matter of, hey, we're human beings. And I think that we made the mistake. We didn't take care. We didn't pay attention.
It was politicized from the beginning, so nobody took it seriously.
No.
Exactly. I totally agree. Yes. You just found the right words. Thank you for that. No, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, as far as Pete Maroni, artist, so to speak, is concerned, I wasn't affected that much because, like I told you, when the coronavirus appeared, I was already in my home studio, pre-recording and then re-recording some stuff with I don't like to say that he's my drummer. He's my brother from another mother.
Yeah.
Exactly. His name is a fantastic drummer. His name is Michael J. Strand, and he's a part of my project.
Nice.
Speaking of the project,
yeah,
I know right now you are recording the second part of your video for the song Forever, right?
That's correct. Yeah, and actually, I can give you a scoop. Is that right after this interview is done, we are going to record, and my dear wife will be holding the camera because this part of Sweden in Umeå is absolutely, it's like a piece of paradise.
Yeah, it is. It's stunning.
Yeah, it's very charming, and it's like a piece of paradise. It's like you are cut from the rest of the world. Yeah. And the thing is that right after this interview, we are going to record the last part of the video Forever, and hopefully this video will be released in a few weeks because it's not only recording, it's also mixing. Yeah. And when we are talking about recording a video is one thing, but mixing is one hell of a work. Yeah. It's more complicated than mixing a music, so to speak. So hopefully this video will be released by the end of June or beginning of July. Yeah. Hopefully.
So we're gonna play the song Forever for the audience here, but before we do, I want you to give us a little story about the song. What's it all about?
This video, when I write a song, if I may say, don't want to sound like pushy, but when I write songs, there's always a part of reality, truth, and a part of fiction. Forever is a special one for me because it talks about. I was saying like a few minutes ago, in everyone's life, we all have ups and downs, and I truly think it's funny that you're asking this question because few days ago I was writing a post, and that was saying something like this: it takes time to become a man or a woman, but in the end, the thing is that always follow the light, follow your heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because most of time, our worst enemy is ourselves, and this is what this song is all about.
Nice.
I'm not going to tell you the whole story of Forever because It's there is a part of fiction, of course, but there is also a part of truth, of reality, and most of the time we have to fight our own demons.
Yeah.
Well,
this is what this song is all about.
Cool. Well, with that being said, no further ado.
Yeah, let's play the song Forever.
Hey, and forever and ever.
Is it the silence that I hear? Or maybe that my end is near? I send the angels my last fear. When now everything is clean, like in a dream, and I'm waiting. Yes, I'm waiting forever and ever. I will be there forever, and no more sun rivers. Loving you forever. Color pictures in my mind, fill my body with desire. Your face is lightning, my delight. Whoa, yeah. May the forces of my soul be the goal. And I'm wishing, yes, I'm wishing forever and ever. I will be there forever, and no wars or rivers. Loving you forever, like your night till twilight. Loving you forever, a whisper, a color. Loving you forever. I will be there forever, and no wars or rivers. Loving you forever, and ever. I will be there forever, and no wars or rivers. Loving you forever.
There you have it, folks. Forever.
For Mr. Pete Maroni.
Yes.
Very good job, sir. Very good job.
Yeah, I like that song.
Thanks a lot. Tack så jättemycket.
Varsågod. So our next topic is a topic that is very close to my heart. That is
Jaha.
Motley fucking Crue.
Oh, Motley fucking Crew. Yeah,
I know
now we're talking.
I know Pete Maroni is a big fan of Crue.
Yes, it's true.
How
I
can you
must
not be, though?
confess.
How can you not be?
I must confess. Yeah.
So tell us, I know you got a big experience with the band, so or Nicky Six at least, huh?
I would say that I would compare Motley Crue to Kiss. In Motley Crue, every member was important.
Mm-hmm.
So was Kiss. I mean,
Yes.
A die-hard Kiss fan can say, oh, it's only Gene, Paul, S, and Peter. Okay, but the thing is that, like Paul Stanley said, it's not because a soldier dies that the war is, the battle is done.
Yeah.
Okay, and they prove that. But from the very beginning, uh, my first taste of Motley Crue, I was at a friend's house, and he played this record, this vinyl, and I was like, what the hell is that? He said, well, it's Motley with a French accent. You're gonna laugh. He said, it is Motley Crue. I was like, no, give me the vinyl. So you mean Motley Crue? And he said, yeah, it's Motley Crue. I said, well, that's pretty amazing. And the very first song that I heard, if my memory card is good, was "Take Me to the Top."
Nice.
And I just love how Mick Mars was playing and playing with not playing the way he's playing, because for me, Mick Mars has always been like an underrated guitar player. He's a fucking awesome guitar player.
The amount of sound that guy creates from one guitar, that's amazing.
He is amazing. I mean, there are few guitar players that touch my heart. Mick Mars is one of them. Gary Moore is one of them.
Absolutely.
And it's really, I mean, he was like, when the first time I heard Strange Ways on Hotter Than Hell, the second Kiss album, I was a holy banana, to stay polite. I won't say fuck. No, I didn't say fuck. No, but this had Motley Crue had the same effect than Kiss, almost the same effect that Kiss had to me. But I was like,
you said it earlier. It's the energy.
Yeah,
it's the
energy. Yeah, exactly. Because the thing. Because I mean, I don't know if you had been reading The Dirt.
Oh yeah.
Book, which is a very interesting book, because it's not only Naked Six, it's also Mick Mars, Tommy Lee, Vince Neil, because they all have their different, not story, but point of views, opinions about how things happened. Plus, 2 or 3 other people that were a part or have been a part of Motley Crue's story. And this is why I like this book a lot. And but Motley Crue, when I heard "Take Me to the Top," I was like, "Holy shit!" That's. And they had for me, as far as I'm concerned, Kiss was my first inspiration, and Motley Crue was the second one. But when you leave your life, you go further in your life, right? And I also had other influences, like DJ Ashba, for example. DJ Ashba, the first time, not Motley Crue, but Nicky Six again. At that time, I wasn't into Facebook, but I had this MySpace, and you could customize. I don't know if you guys remember. You could customize, and you could add these MP3 players. And I had this. She's like my sister. She's like my sister in California, Carolyn and George, of course. And I say hi to them, and I miss you guys. I heard this song, "Life Is Beautiful," and I was like, Carolyn, who's singing? He said, well, it's Nicky Six. I said, Nicky Six is singing. She said, no, it's just Michael. I said, well, it's good, but who is this fucking guitar player? She said, oh, DJ Ashba.
Wow.
And DJ Ashba for me is also one of the key. Of course, there is Nicky Six, because he is Nicky Six. I mean, he's fucking Nicky Six, if I may say. But the 3 of them, it was like an alchemy that worked. And especially the first album. The first album is like, wow. You can compare. I mean, even if the second album was good, the first album for me was like, wow. But DJ Ashba, it was the sound, his way of playing. And Motley Crue for me, coming back to Motley Crue, but everything happens for a reason in life. have Motley Crue, and then later on DJ Ashba. But Motley Crue, when I heard "Take Me to the Top," I had to tell my friend, "Can I borrow this album?" He said, "Yeah, sure." So he had it back like 6 months after. I'm sorry. He said, "Hey," he was calling me because we didn't have this cell phone at that time. He was calling me and say, "Hey, when are you going to bring me back this fucking my fucking?" I say, "Yeah." But I had to buy it. But yeah, Motley Crue, "Too Fast for Love," the first album of Motley Crue was like a revelation.
What was your impression of the second one, "Shout at the Devil"?
Shout at the Devil. I mean, when I saw the not the cover art, because it was like this pentagram. It's when I turned the because it was a fake double LP. Okay, but the back cover, I was like, oh, those are girls, and I said, no, it's Motley Crue. There's a Shout at the Devil. Compared to Too Fast for Love. Too Fast for Love was rough and hard.
Yeah, because I remember Too Fast for Love, and I fell in love with it. I made the whole little city that I was living in fall in love with it. And then Shout at the Devil came, and I'm like, what is this? I didn't really know what to think about it first.
Yeah, it was. I think that this is just my opinion, that this album, because Motley Crue, when they released their first album, and then immediately they started to have like die-hard fans, because they were different from others. And one more time, later on, Motley Crue was like Kiss, not in the style, but
Yeah.
a lot of bands try to copy and paste, whether it's Kiss or Motley Crue. But
I think the mindset both on Motley and Kiss was that no matter what, nothing is ever gonna stop us.
exactly, and they were different because they were the first ones.
Yeah.
They were the first one, and Shout at the Devil, I mean, with a better production, they probably learned how to play as a band.
Yeah.
Together, because it takes time. I mean, a band can release an album, but they don't know how to play together. It takes time.
They were so
to know each other. To know each other's. I'm not talking about the skills. Don't get me wrong. But I think that this second album was like a big, like a Kinder surprise. Hello, it's us again, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And the third album, to go further in your thought.
Yeah, that's an underrated album right there.
Exactly. This album, the third one, Theater of Pain, is an underrated album. It's a very good album.
Yeah, it's
very good. Just like Unmasked from Kiss. All the people are, it's a crap. No, it's a good album.
Yeah, it is.
And those albums, I mean, whether it's Kiss and Mask or Dynasty, is like, I don't like that album that much.
To me, it was a good cover for the situation, because the disco hit right there, and it made them stay on the scene, you know.
But darling Pete.
Yes.
Paul Stanley is a very clever guy. He's a very like Gene Simmons, but Gene Simmons is a businessman, and he knows the whole world to know it. But Paul Stanley is a good businessman, because when he came up, if my memory is good, when he came up with "I Was Made for Loving You," which was written co-written with him and Desmond Child.
Yeah.
The album Dynasty was almost done. It was about to be released, and Paul said, "Hey, stop the engine. I got a new song."
Yeah.
And then "I Was Meant for Loving You" was the perfect single, because it was. I mean, everything was about disco, and it was disco rock. And then
my favorite song of that album, though, is "Charisma."
"Charisma" is a good song. "Hard Times" as well.
Yeah.
But
But that was the beauty behind Kiss. They grew with the times. They didn't say, you know, fuck it, we're not going to do this kind of music because that's not our style. But they adapted to everything to keep their fan base interested.
But exactly. I mean, the thing is that the only band I could say that never changed its own style is AC/DC.
Exactly, exactly.
But Kiss, they went all through the waves, the fashions. They like Paul Stanley said, that we went to the hardest and the ugliest and the most ridiculous things. I mean, Asylum.
Yeah.
It was in 85. No, Asylum. No, 87, 86, 87, I guess. They were wearing, all the guys. I mean, I'm talking about Eric Carr, Bruce Kulick, Gene, and Paul. They were wearing this glam thing.
Yeah.
And I loved it because I totally, and I was following Kiss, and this Kiss era. No offense to die-hard Kiss fans, I loved it. I loved it, and I drained some. I took some of my taste and inspiration as well.
Yeah.
Well, you have to be versatile if you're gonna, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
You have to be versatile. And I think that's what Motley Crue also. Motley Crue just stayed in your face. They didn't miss a beat either. They stayed on, you know, on everybody's mind because.
Motley Crue was like, if I may say, Mark, I totally agree. Motley Crue was, they were here at the right time, the right moment. They met the right people, and they were like a fist in your fucking face.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's
just
what I
like,
love about it, man. You know?
It's like, say, take that.
Yeah. I mean, the attitude, you know, I remember from, I forgot, it must have been Monsters of Rock in Germany or something.
Yeah.
This poor fucking interview guy, you know, he's doing an interview with the band, and Nicky Six just take Tommy Lee's head and just start slamming
on the table. True.
Yeah, that's fucking Crue for you.
Like we say in Sweden, that they were peaceful, they were peace drunk, they were like, because they, you know, they were like 22, 23, 25, and they were like enjoying the rock star life.
Oh, you bet.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But one more time, who was behind them at that time already, because they played at this US festival in 84.
Oh, yeah.
It was Doc McGee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doc McGee has a name, and he knows how to manage a band. I can tell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good show too, the US Festival, 83.
I thought it was 84, but 83. But if I may say something different from what you said, I read somewhere, I think it was Doc McGee, because he succeeded to book Motley Crue, and he said they played crap. But the thing is that they had an image on stage. They were rough. They were, and I have this this Motley Crue bootleg that was recorded in Gothenburg. At that time, they were touring, opening for Iron Maiden. So I think it was 84. I saw them in France in 84. They were opening for Iron Maiden for the Slavery tour. If it hadn't been for the stage, all the scenery and stuff like this bootleg that I have is absolutely amazing. Not only about the sound, but the quality of even Vince Neil is singing. He has the rage. He has they were putting everything. They were putting everything.
Wow.
And it's a good memory.
Yeah, there's a lot of good bootlegs with Motley. I got a lot of them on tape, but I'm hoping to get them on vinyl as well.
Yeah, but this bootleg in Gothenburg is absolutely fantastic. There's like I'm the lucky bastard. This bootleg, it's a vinyl actually. was printed 150 copies in the whole world, and I have one.
Yeah, nice.
And the sound is absolutely amazing.
Nice.
All right, so enough of Motley Crue and back to Pete Maroni.
Let's go back to Pete Maroni.
I know you wrote a song called Every Time I Close My Eyes. Can you tell us a little bit about that one?
I would say, because I don't want to give you the same answer. When I write songs, and you're talking about every time I close my eyes, there's always a part of truth, reality, and a part of fiction. Every time I close my eyes, there is a part, because when I record a song, it's like I want people to read between the lines. I don't want to give everyone like, oh, this is what I wanted to tell. I always, so to speak, give the audience their own way, its own way to have its own opinion about this song. I never put everything on the table when it's about my private life. But for this song, when the song is a song, a video is another thing. It's a different story. If I can take the example about the video, Every Time I Close My Eyes, is based on a true fact. And it was like a tribute, so to speak.
Nice.
But from the start, Every Time I Close My Eyes was very more personal. And I wanted to release this song. But when I was about to, because I always, we work together, Charlotte and I, my wife and manager. Writing a song, recording a song is one thing. But when you want, for example, to release a video, I think you have to be careful about the feelings you want to show to the audience. This is why we thought about how we could release and how we could record, and the message I wanted to show in this video. So I've been choosing another topic, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it was a couple of friends of mine, and it actually is a true story. There is a part of fiction, a part of reality. This is what people have to understand. Everything that I show, so to speak, in my videos, people don't have to take it for granted. Like, okay, this is no. There is always a part of fiction, like in a movie.
Yeah.
Like in a movie, you always have like a part of truth, reality, and also a part of fiction.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty.
A dream, because this is what music is all about. We sell dreams, so people can escape and they can relax, so to speak.
Well, and it's the beauty behind these songs. Everybody gets an interpretation from it. You know, you can talk to people about a song and ask them of the meaning. You can ask 10 people the meaning and you get 10 different answers.
Exactly.
What they want, they interpret it how they want to fit their life, you know, or their message.
Exactly. And it has to be okay with everyone, because when you release, especially when you release a video, nowadays you have to be very careful not to shock people.
Yeah, you gotta step on your toes today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You have to be careful. And but a song is a song, and a video, I would say a song is a song, and a video connected to the same song. It's two different stories, so to speak. It's still the same song, but maybe a different message.
Yeah.
Well,
all right. Let's play the song for the audience. So here we go with Every Time I Close My Eyes.
down. As long as I'm alive, you'll always have bless my heart. Every time I close my eyes, every time I feel you around, you're my soul. You're my life, you're my life. Every time you close your heart, at any time I open my arms, deep inside, I lose my mind.
And that's closing off the first part of our interview with Pete Maroni. Now you're gonna have to wait another week. Next Saturday, we're playing part 2. In the meantime, just keep listening to the other episodes. You got 26 to choose from. I'll see you next week.